Very important, House Bill number 122, I understand has been named after Jamie Wolfe, who we all know, in recognition of her many years of service and advocacy. We have House Bill 122, which is sponsored by Representative Heffernan and Senator Poore. We're going to hear from both of them, as well as Cindy Sterling, the chair of the Employment First, Terry Hencharik, with her daughter Bridget, right here next to me, the State Council People with Disabilities Chair, and then the ubiquitous John McNeil with the State Council for People with Disabilities, the director there, Representative Heffernan.
I'm very excited to be here today for this signing, and also that this bill signing will be live streamed to make it accessible to everyone. Paying people less than others doing the same work because they have a disability is discrimination, period. However, an antiquated 83-year-old federal program still allows certain employees to pay workers with disabilities a sub-minimum wage. Studies have shown that an average employee in this situation earns $3.34 per hour and works 16 hours per week, and many people make less than that. They're usually engaged in tasks such as packing, collating, or basic assembly of items. I believe that we owe it all to all Delaware workers to ensure they are treated equally. That's why I'm proud to sponsor House Bill 122, which will negate the idea that allows for sub-minimum wage in Delaware to be paid to workers with disabilities. Very excited that this bill is named after longtime disability self-advocate Jamie Wolfe. HB 122, the Delaware Employment Act, named after Jamie Wolfe, will have Delaware join several other states that have phased out the sub-minimum wage for people with disabilities. I want to thank all the disability advocates who worked hard on this issue with me and my Senate Prime, Nicole Poore. We all collaborated to arrive at a solution that ensures equality for all Delaware workers. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Actually, really, thank you. This bill, House Bill 122, also known as the Jamie Wolfe Employment Act, requires that by January 31st, 2024, an employer who is authorized to employ an individual with disabilities at a sub-minimal wage no longer compensate an individual with disabilities at an hourly rate lower than minimum wage. This piece of legislation, it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in one session term. This has taken many, many years. And unfortunately, Jamie Wolfe is no longer with us. But I've never met a stronger, more dedicated advocate, someone who found her way to Legislative Hall on a regular basis to make sure that we recognized her as a human being and not just someone with a disability. It is probably one of the hardest pieces of legislation that I saw being constructed. There were many conversations about the reasons why this shouldn't happen. And all in all, this is a piece of legislation. The question should be, why isn't it happening? But with the governor's support today, with all the advocates who stand behind me, with my colleague, Senator Hansen, Representative Deb Heffernan, who was relentless in making sure that this bill not only got to the House floor, but that it sailed over to the Senate, and the compromises that were constructed. To our Lieutenant Governor, who has been a friend of the disabilities group forever and ever, we could not do this without your supports. So today is a fantastic day that we recognize every single human being, whether they are standing on their own 2 feet or strolling around beside us, that they too deserve equality in the way that we are paying one another. So thank you to everyone, and I am very much looking forward, Governor, for you to sign this bill, and thank you so much for supporting all of us.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Cindy Sterling, and I'm the current chair of the Employment First Commission. I also work for a provider agency called Service Source Delaware. I'd like to start off by, again, thanking the governor also, Representative Heffernan, who we have worked together for years, starting off with the establishment of the Employment First legislation and the commission, and Senator Poole also, tireless advocates for people with disabilities. This is years in the making. I think, Deb, we started talking about this 10 years ago?
Yeah.
And as a provider, ServiceSource, we at one time also provided sub-minimum wage to individuals. We as an organization stopped doing that in 2013 as a choice to do what's right for people, to be equal in pay, and provide equality for everyone. So I realized, this is a system change, but a good system change. It's a challenge for all of us. It's not just one organization. It's going to take a team for us to look at our system and redesign our system and move forward and provide greater options for people with disabilities to be employed and be a part of their community. So I look forward to continue working with everyone to go forth and recreate the system, working with partners from DDDS, Marissa here, DVR, Andrea, and all our other state agencies to go forth and continue to expand options and provide equality for people with disabilities. Thank you very much. And I'll turn it over to Terry.
Good afternoon. My name is Terry Hancherek. I'm the chair of the State Council for Persons with Disabilities, also the founder of EPIC, a community program for people with disabilities, and most of all, Bridget's mom. I know that our dear friend Jamie Wolfe is smiling down on us today. Jamie fought the fight every single day of her life. She had a master's degree from the University of Delaware, back when it was a challenge to get in the door of the classroom. She lived in her own home in the community and wasn't always supported when she did that. She fought very hard for the support she needed. She had I can't read my writing. She had a career in the community with competitive wages. Jamie never gave up, and neither did Deb Heffernan when she promised Jamie that she would see this bill through. I want to thank everyone that's here. Thank you for Representative Heffernan, and thank you, Governor Carney, for taking another step towards civil rights and equity for people with disabilities.
Careful with the flag there.
I've always wanted to take me out some days,
Sure.
If it was a job requirement to actually spell ubiquitous, I would have never gotten the job that I have. In fact, I think the first thing that I go home and do is find out how many different definitions there are to that word, so I know which one to apply myself to. So
You'll see your picture right next to it on the dictionary.
thank you, sir. I think. No, I thank everybody. You know, this is a great day. First off, my name is John McNeil. I'm the Director of the State Council for Persons with Disabilities. As Director of the State Council for Persons with Disabilities, I don't think there's a bill that I could be more proud of being attached to. And as the Director of the State Council for Persons with Disabilities, I would be completely remiss if I did not thank my predecessor and probably the person who worked every bit as hard as anybody on this bill, and that would be my colleague, my friend, Kyle Hodges, who has worked from day one on ensuring that, you know, that this bill one day would find its way to being passed. We are extremely grateful for all of those who have been involved. I knew Jamie personally. Jamie was my friend. Jamie Wolfe was the person who helped me move into my first home by myself, or on my own, as her roommate. Jamie helped me get my first job. And today I'm a homeowner. I have a fantastic job. I have a beautiful wife and a lovely son. And those are the possibilities. So today what we do is we celebrate equality and we celebrate opportunity. Equality is a word that gets thrown around a lot, but there's nothing that I think that really measures equality as much as a paycheck equal to your peers. And that's what this does today. And furthermore, and finally, this is opportunity. This is opportunity for people who maybe never had the opportunity before or thought to have the opportunity to find a dream that they may have not ever saw for themselves. But it's also an opportunity in this day and age when we have the number of jobs that we have out there that need to be filled. We live in an economic environment right now that needs every employee we have available. And today we get the opportunity to celebrate more capable, more able, and more dedicated people than we could possibly have imagined. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Representative Heffernan. And thank you to everybody that's made this day possible. And thank you, Jamie Wolfe, because I know you're looking down and you're doing a special little dance for all of us. So thank you.
Thank you very much, John. And as you said, thank you to Jamie Wolfe, who no doubt is looking down, smiling on all of us today. It was said that this is not the end, that there will be systemic changes that will need to take place, which will be challenging for all of us. But in the long run, it will be a tremendous opportunity for so many Delawareans, and I want to thank all the advocates, particularly Representative Heffernan, for her. This is a long time coming, and you were described as being dogged. That's my word. I don't think that's strong enough term for your advocacy, but we certainly appreciate it, and it shows that if you stick to it, you can really get important things done here in Delaware.
Nice job, Deb.
Thank you to all of you. I definitely know Jamie is here with us.
Yeah.
I could feel it in the House floor when we passed the bill, and I know she's so happy right now.
Thank you, Governor.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Save the best for last.